No, no! No! Are you listening?
Lorne Armstrong's voicemails to Debbie are telling. They go from normal, which is, hey, it's me. Just wanted to hear your sexy voice. Call me back. All right. To another one, hey, it's me again. Just trying to get a hold of you. I figured, I'd talk to you today. Haven't heard from you. To frustration. This really sucks, Debbie. To anger. Probably got some other guy out on your dates, banging every guy down in Florida. And then the psycho saga. This really showed his cycle. It goes from initial frustration. Now, this is a guy Debbie had no interest in. Didn't really want to date him. Didn't want to even give him a chance. But in Lorne's head, they were headed to a relationship like Paula. Remember when he was talking to Jamie Amy? And she said, well, has she said you were in a relationship? His response was, no. So he knows. There's no chance. He starts telling her she's the one who's causing all the friction between them. Well, there was no friction. Lorne was angry. But in his head, she must be angry too. Like, because he's angry, it's ruining a chance for them to be together. He is crazy. And there's a reason it's called the Psycho Saga. Because he is a psycho. And I will tell you, of all the voicemails that he left Debbie, there was one that was scary. It was the one where he's building up, and he goes, the one that's causing all these issues, Debbie! And you can hear his headset crackle because he's screaming so much. If I had an issue with somebody that I needed to work out, I would call and leave a voicemail. And I would say, hey, I didn't appreciate what happened this morning. I was wondering, maybe I'm just misremembering it. Give me a call when you get a chance. I would never call repeatedly. But because Lorne is impulsive and compulsive, he leaves those rage voicemails. But because she doesn't call him back, he's worked himself up even more, and the cycle goes and goes until he calls back and says he's on the downswing. He figures this will smooth everything over. Hey, I just want to apologize. Or it's, hey, I just want to apologize so much for the way I acted last night. I know I shouldn't have done it. I was so confused. My head was messed up. I didn't know if you were okay. He just excuses that behavior away, and he assumes that everyone else is going to excuse it for the same reasons he does. In reality, the damage is already done. It's catastrophic, and any normal person would block a psycho like that and just move on with their life. But because these are catfish women and they have to keep him going, they don't. I can't imagine listening to these, even if I am a catfish, and not feeling a little scared that what if this psycho finds out who I am and where I live? What if somebody doxes me to him? If he falls in love that easily and he thinks Paula, who he even admitted didn't know they were headed to a relationship, she had no idea, it was only Lorne, he's dangerous. He could very well snap. Oh, it's Lorne, he's a coward. Not to women. Not to women. And the only reason he bowed down to Debbie was because he thought he was going to get laid. This is a guy who thought reading his chat log about trying to bang a 13-year-old girl was going to get him into Debbie's pants. Or get her to say, I love you too, which is his end goal. I'm not even sure if he's worried about getting laid with these women. I think the end goal is just to have somebody sit on the phone and go, hey, stop your stupid bullshit. Love you. But we know with Lorne, anything that starts out sweet is going to end up being a disaster. So Lorne's voicemails of, hey, I was worried about you. I hadn't heard anything. A little phone call would be nice. To, hey, I guess you don't want me in your life. I guess I don't mean anything. To drinking, and there you are out there banging all the guys down in Florida. with all your beach friends and your dates, and right now you're on a date with somebody. As far as I'm concerned, this guy, he should have it. If I was his probation officer, I would take his phone and I would allow him only specific access to people. I would block everybody but his immediate family, and if he needed to call someplace to get a job, I'd have that phone number allowed, because that would stop the catfish if they were truly concerned. That would stop Lorne, because I know they've heard these voicemails where he's going psycho. That would stop him from terrorizing real women, which, you know what, he's never going to have a real woman. He's too lazy. He just wants to go from catfish to catfish. I love you. Oh, you're a robot voice? Who cares? I love you. I don't think Lorne will ever learn his lesson. And I think Lorne will always feel that if he is interested in a woman, that woman should be interested in him too, and should give him a fair chance. Again, paper or plastic, sir. Oh, she wants me. So now I'm going to go to Walmart, and I'm going to talk to this woman. I'm not interested in you, Lorne. Well, I think you should give us a chance. And it would just go on until he was made to leave. I still think that's why he quit his job, because he was in trouble for talking to a specific woman at his call center. But that's just me. So Lorne's build-up, his downswing is the apology. His upswing is the smug, well, I found out some information, and I have some questions for you. If you could call me back, I'd appreciate it. And then when he gets desperate, he calls, hello, hey, I really need you to call me. Won't be honest with you. I didn't go to Tony's. He starts leaving these detailed voicemail messages as if that's going to make Debbie go, you know what, I better call him. He screwed up and he wants to tell me all about it. He has no idea what a woman needs or wants, or doesn't have a clue what women will tolerate, because he screams and yells, constantly apologizes, accuses, harasses. Then he calls and he wants to tell her all about his faults. Those voicemails are telling, and the Psycho Saga ones really highlight who he really is. So tell me again, if a woman wasn't there in real life, that she wouldn't be subject to all of this. Phone calls constantly if she had a job. How I need you to stay on the phone with me while I'm there. Why haven't you called me? Well, it's been 10 minutes and I can't wait. Now that right there is his impulsive and compulsive behavior. Because he called, it's been 10 minutes, I just can't help it. Or it's been 10 minutes, it's obvious you're not going to call me back. And then he calls, you can hear his voicemails become more frequent. He's just a disaster. But those voicemails, if you haven't listened to them, go on Wine Lover's channel. There are a bunch of collections. And you can hear the ones where he fakes concern and all he really wants is for her to call him. He's desperate to be on the phone with her. Then you can hear the ones where he's, hey honey. And then you can hear the ones, the pissed off collection. And those are what you would be getting every day of every week, of every month, of every year of his relationship. And it would never change. Anyway, Sean from Middle Grounded. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one.
No! Are you listening?